That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Sunday fun day. So nice that we had to do it twice. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. And as you guys see from the title, we have an old friend in the building, man. We have Terrell, aka Ashy Knuckles, in the building. Terrell, how you doing? Hey!
What's good? What's good? People, what's going on?
Man, it's been a minute, ain't it?
Yes, it's been a very long minute.
Yeah. You've become like literally like a annual segment now. But I have you on like only once a year now. But
Right.
but right now, man, we definitely wanted to talk about why we are here. So let me go ahead and share this screen to get these stats up and things of that sort. We are talking about number 2, South Carolina defeated number 5, Texas today by 17 points. Wasn't even close. Probably wasn't even that close, to keep it a bean. The story of the day, night, whatever you want to call it, is Madison Booker being held to like nothing. She couldn't get anything going today. That's obviously one of my kids, everything like that. Someone I cover all the way going back to high school and stuff like that. So it was just kind of insane. I've never seen her kind of contained like that her entire career, my entire time watching her for years now. So I guess, Terrell, just first things first, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
My biggest takeaway was how Texas was getting all those rebounds. I got to give them to them. They're a rebounding team. They was really on those boards today. I got to give them that.
No, 100%, 100%. They were on the boards. I want to pull up the stats because it was like it starts with the O. It's like O'Connell, O'Grady. What was her name?
Yeah, something like that. I really don't know their players like that.
We'll see.
Except for Booker and Madison.
Yeah, Booker.
Well, Madison Booker and their point guard,
Rory Harmon.
Yeah, Rory Harmon.
I know about more the big. I knew about her as well. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the official back score. Excuse me, y'all. All right, cool beans. What was her name? Yeah, Odele. She 16 rebounds, bro.
Yeah, she was killing on the boys.
Old Acre, excuse me on the pronunciation there.
I think wasn't she their leading scorer too?
Let me see. Yeah, she was with only 11 points. Maddie Booker was held to 7 points today, 7.7 rebounds. Rory Harmon was also on single digits with 9 points. Crazy defensive performance by South Carolina today. The title of this video is South Carolina looks like last year's team again. This is something that we've seen from the undefeated South Carolina last year, where every game they were winning by double digits. It seems like South Carolina's been getting back to that lately. Of course, it's one thing when you beat a Charleston Southern by 40, 50 points. It's another thing when you beat a top 5 ranked team by nearly 20 points. I guess,
right.
Just what are you really seeing from this team right now? Do you believe they're clicking? They're kind of hitting a peak at the right time, the second half of the season conference play? How you feel about kind of like, I guess, the waves of the season and this team's momentum right now?
Well, I truly believe we starting to hit our peak. That loss to UCLA was like really a wake up call for us. I think Dawn was kind of really trying to get her bench together. But the injury to Watkins, I hate to see her leave, but it kind of was a blessing because we could kind of get some more of our girls in there that don't really get time. It's, you know what I mean? So that way they could get kind of accumulated to the game, and when the tournament time rolls around.
No, 100%, 100%. I wasn't even sharing the tab. I thought I was sharing the tab. This is the tab. I was showing the stats when I was talking about the stats earlier. But yeah, man. Like you said, with the injury to Cheese, first things first. Prayers up to Cheese, Ashlyn Watkins, things of that sort. Second. Yeah, man. It was a huge discussion, right, on Don's rotations with Joyce coming off the bench behind Chloe Kitts. It was a huge discussion with Full Valley coming off from the bench behind Raven Johnson. It was a huge discussion on Breezy Hall still being in the starting lineup over some of the other girls that as you guys have coming off that bench, women that you have coming off the bench. It was just interesting to see her response to that criticism. The thing that I like about Dawn is that she's so active on social media, so she can see like everybody's complaints directly and kind of respond directly to them. And she said, "I'm not here to put you in the best position," or she was like, "I'm not here for stars and individual accolades and things of that sort. I'm here to prepare you best for the pros." And I really respected that answer from her. And I don't know, when you see a performance like today, when you have Full Wally coming in and you can go 10 deep with Tessa Johnson coming off the bench and everything, and they dominate the way they do, the opposing team second unit night in and night out. You see why they were undefeated last year after the freshies graduated. You see why they defeated another top 5 opponent by 20 points today, like they did. So, yeah, I just wanted to say salute to Don Staley for that. What do you have to say about that, Terrell?
Well, I really think they really trying to pick up off of last year. I think they really want that repeat. They want that repeat so that way they could try to, add on to the dynasty. I'm really proud of my girls, you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, a lot of people was having a lot of complaints about as far as in certain players coming off the bench. And a lot of people got to understand, Dawn's the type of coach that she's gonna give her seniors grace, and she's not gonna just bench them because they have a few bad games. Just like Dawn said, they had to Bree Hall and them just had to work out the kinks and get some of their balls to start dropping and get back into the feel of the game. So I believe like now we're more of a balanced team. There's like really no like 20, 30 point scores. Everybody will chip in like 10 to 15 points each, and that's what, being that we have the best bench, the best bench in Division One as far as in scoring, coming off as far as in the second unit, I feel that's what really has us on a mission to get that to get that back-to-back championship.
Joyce Edwards, Full Valley, and Tessa Thompson, I believe they start on any other program in the country.
Oh yes, I definitely believe that. I believe basically everybody on our, well, I'm not gonna say everybody.
Well, no. Okay. I have to be respectful. Tessa and Full Valley, I'm not sure. And here we go. I'm glad you on so you can rebuttal in real time. I'm not sure if Tessa and Full Valley are starting on Notre Dame.
On Notre Dame, as far as in is the backcourt, well, not over Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo. No, I definitely don't see them starting.
Okay. So you agree with me? You agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, but I'll say 99% of backcourt state they could start in. They're also not starting at UConn, but that's
I don't see them starting over. Well, minus AZ, I don't know. I don't really see AZ being really that much better than Tessa Johnson. My opinion.
Oh, here we go.
Just my opinion.
There we go. Hey, I respect the opinion. And like I said, who was I? This I wasn't talking about this on stream, but I was talking about this at work with Zion. Of availability is the best ability. The best. What is it? The best ability. There it is.
Yeah, the best ability
is availability.
Yeah.
So I think with that, yes, Tessa has AZ. But just
I respect. I really do respect AZ's game. It's just, to me, like I said, just my opinion. I feel that she kind of disappear in big games, like when she play like top 5 teams. I feel she kind of disappear, and maybe that's due to a lack of her having playing time, being that she was injured so much. But I'm not going to take nothing away from AZ. She's a good player. I just prefer Tessa Johnson over her. That's all.
Well, speaking of AZ, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was a while ago. This might have been like a season ago. AZ had like 31 points against the same Texas team. And then also AZ, she had a big game against Iowa as well last year when they still had Caitlin Clark and stuff. So, I mean, AZ's shown up in some games, but like you said, like there might be a tendency to kind of be a little passive, but at the same time, yeah, she's coming back from 2 major surgeries and injuries, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but all of those things considered, we're talking about who's better right now. And Okay, I hear what you're saying. I still have AZ over Tessa, but I hear what you're saying. But like I say all of this to say 99% of the country, Full Valley, Tessa, and Joyce can start on any team in the country.
Right.
Any other team in the country. I guess like what do you think that this does like in the age of NIL and the transfer portal and stuff like that? A lot of people are like, or some people, I've seen a group of people say Full Valley might eventually just transfer because she's a player that is a 30-point scorer and all of that. Like she'll be getting the attention of the Flages and everybody else if Don put her in a position that those other players that we named are in right now.
I mean, I look at it like, the big controversial statement that Dawn made when she said that none of the players right now could be starters. And I kind of agree with her, because if you think about it, who could Fuwali start over that's in the W right now on any team? I don't see her really taking the spot of any two guard right now that's starting in the W. So it's like Dawn said, it's not, yes, if you want your name out there, you want all the glitz and the glam that comes with being a starter and averaging 30, almost 40 minutes, then yeah, that's what you're looking for. But if you want championships, when you come to South Carolina, man, it's about we're a well-oiled machine. It's about playing your position. If you want to get probably picked in a draft and want to win national championships, I feel this the team you need to be on. You don't, I mean, starting to get all the points. Me personally, I prefer a championship. That's really what you're supposed to come to school for that chip. Now, if you just want to come to be a star, then yeah, you could go to any other school you want. But when you come to South Carolina, it's about getting on board, playing your part, and getting your finger size for a ring at the end of the year.
Well, shout out to Shiver, Shiver X, 3737. He said South Carolina is an apex predator in the SEC. Everybody else is just food. I think it'll be very like I said. You commented on this after I watched the game the other night, LSU and Tennessee, where KG once again, Kaylin Gilbert came in a clutch, hit the second game winner this season for them. She just transferred over. And I said LSU looks like a team that can compete with anybody in the country right now. And I think they are a sleeper to contend for a national championship this year.
You really believe that?
I really believe that. I seriously believe that because it's like the teams, when they have faced some competition, I put that in combination with they had a lot of games that were close this year that shouldn't have been close at all. Right. So it's like, while that's concerning on one end of the stick, on the other end, it's like they still found a way to piece it together in tough, kind of hostile environments to still pull out with the win. And they did that again kind of at Tennessee, where it was like it was some times where that momentum, that Rocky Top, everything on the road, it looked like they were just going to pull away with it. Every single time Tennessee went on a run and tried to pull away, LSU came back with an answer every single time. And that's something consistent that I've seen with them. That's a sign of a veteran team. Right. And just because of that, I think when you get into postseason and the SEC tournament atmosphere, NCAA tournament atmosphere, second round, Sweet 16, Elite 8, you're going to need that type of experience because the other team probably more than likely hasn't been in that position too many times this season. They've already been in that position about 3-4 times.
I can see
it's only January. You know what I'm saying?
I could see LSU being a Elite 8 or a Final Four team. I just don't see them winning no championship.
I hear you. I'm just saying, if it came down to it, if it was like, say, I don't think SC is the best example because they're probably the most experienced team in the country. But say a team like a Maryland. Right. I think Maryland's a great example. Maryland or USC. They're coming down to it. It's a 4-point game, 6-point game with a minute and a half. LSU's been there before. This USC team hasn't. They're half the lineup is freshmen. Half the lineup is freshmen. This is Kiki's first year at USC, and this is Juju's second year in college, period. That team might not know how to pull out a 6-point game in the NCAA tournament in the Sweet 16 against a team like LSU, who's already been there, seen that 3-4 times already in early January. That's why I
Right.
have LSU getting the edge.
You know, I'm going to give LSU their props because I'm not going to say like they're a bottom tier team or anything like that. They're pretty good. You know, me personally, I just gauge when we play certain teams, like when we play LSU or if we play UConn, I kind of gauge their success in the tournament when they play us. And it all goes by and like me gauging that might not be the right thing, but it's just how I do it. You know what I'm saying? If we beat them by 20 or 30, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they don't have a chance. They don't have a chance to win a chip. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just how I gauge things.
No, I hear it. I hear it. And it is nothing. I don't think there's nothing too much wrong with that. Hold on. The LSU game, Shivers, he responded again. The LSU game is in South Carolina, so I don't think it'll be that close. The
Oh yeah.
last
Oh,
LSU game,
that game in South Carolina. That's gonna be barbecue chicken with Sweet Baby Ray's sauce on that. Oh yeah, that's
remember the road trip I took to the game a couple years ago, the first year, Angels first year in LSU. Man,
right.
first of all, that was an atmosphere. That was an atmosphere. It was a great game. Don, it was Super Bowl day. Don had on the Eagles just like she did today.
Right.
Before the playoff game, the wild card weekend game that the Eagles have coming up and stuff like that. And it was just a great atmosphere. Angel Reese shut down all the way. Flage, I don't think Flage scored. If she did, she might have had one free throw or 2 points. But
Right.
Flage didn't even score. Alexis Morris was the only one to really truly show up for LSU that game. And it wasn't even close. It was like a 30, felt like 30, 40 point blowout. So it'll be, I definitely think someone like a Flage is going to remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me personally, I think Flage stepped her game up. She's got way better than what she was last year. Just my
Yeah,
opinion.
for sure.
So I think she'll give us some work this year. But you know, it's all about what everybody else do.
Yeah. It the same way that I just hyped up what you guys have coming off the bench with Joyce, Full Valley, and Tessa. It's the same way I feel about Flage, KG, Kaylin Gilbert, and the sophomore. The
Hey,
sophomore.
KG is a beast now.
Yeah,
I
KG,
can't hold you.
but
I
the
can't hold
sophomore, Michaela Williams.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
K-
the same way all three of them, they can go one-on-one and get what they want when they want.
Right.
Anytime offensively. So the same way I feel about y'all jokers, how Pow went perfect from the field in the first half.
Right.
She ain't missed a shot. How I feel about Raven Johnson doing her thing defensively. And y'all fan base keep going crazy on Hollywood, which is crazy. Because one game y'all love her, the next game y'all think she should be benched for the freshman or whoever the case is. But Raven does do a lot for y'all, and she's like the anchor to y'all's offense and the team to be, in my opinion. But I'm
Yeah, well,
biased. I'm from Atlanta.
The way Maddie McDaniels was playing before she got her concussion, she looked like she was coming for Raven's starting spot. But I always knew Dawn wasn't gonna let Raven lose her her starting spot to a freshman. That's just how Dawn is. If you have any history of watching SC, you already know Dawn is not gonna really bench her starters unless they like really playing bad.
And she was the only one to play with the freshies on this roster. So Breezy played a little bit too. Breezy played a little bit too back then, but yeah, like you said, Shiver said, I'm looking forward to the Fuvali and Gilbert matchup. That for sure is going to be something. But yeah, both of them coming off the bench. I forgot Gilbert come off the bench. So both of them come off the bench. That's going to be something to watch. On that second unit, it's going to be second unit for second unit. 5v5. It's
Yeah.
going to be some fire out there on that court, that game. I'm looking forward to that. You guys, did y'all schedule UConn this season?
Yeah, we played them in February. They gotta come back to colonial life again for another spanking.
I
For
thought
another
so.
spanking.
I want to ask y'all about. I want to ask you about Breezy Hall today. Breezy Hall and what she did defensively against Madison Booker. We talked about Maddie only having 7 points today, but Breezy, that was her primary assignment. She kind of did what she needed to do. They were hyping her up in a post game show. I think we should at least put some type of attention on it as well. How you feel about Breezy and our defense today?
Oh man, Breezy wanted all the smoke today, and I'm proud of Breezy because she tried last year when we tried to put her on Caitlin Clark and she got cooked like that. But I guess she said, I don't want to keep getting cooked by the primary scorer, so let me do something. So I'm proud of her.
No, 100%, 100%. And once again, shout out to Raven Johnson. If Raven Johnson did not get switched on to Caitlin Clark,
Right?
y'all
Could be
might not
different.
even be talking about back
Exactly.
this and that. And folks on Twitter wouldn't be able to talk as much trash as they do about Caitlin Clark because Caitlin, when they came out of college with one,
Right. Right.
But, shout out to Raven, shout out Hollywood, man. Shout out to the city of Atlanta. Shout out Westlake. But yeah. Once again, Pow only missed one shot. I mean,
Yeah. Pow
unless
Pow was in her bag
yeah,
today, man.
yeah,
I
only missed
appreciate
one
that
shot.
what Pow Pow gave us today because sometimes Pow Pow be a little quiet, but she really stepped her game up and gave us what we needed for this game.
Y'all had some turnovers. Here you see 22 turnovers. How many
Wow,
did
too
Texas
many.
have? Texas only had 12. 22 turn. Like, what do you think is kind of the key to kind of cutting down on turnovers?
Uh, stop trying to force a lot of passes that don't need to be tried. A lot of our turnovers just be like careless mistakes, man. Like not focusing, just coming down, just throwing lazy passes. So I believe they just got to focus more and make sure they put the pass where it need to be at.
Who else do I want to shout out? Who else do I want to shout out before we get into like general? Okay, yeah. So since we have you here, this is the first time. If you're new to the channel, this is the Road 5K Sales. My name is Rashad Milligan. We are here with Terrell, aka ASHY Knuckles, longtime friend of the channel, been on for years. If you don't know, now you know. With this being said, what happened against UCLA? Because all the games that I've seen from South Carolina outside of that UCLA game this season has just been blowout after blowout after blowout. So what happened at UCLA?
To be honest, like Dawn said in the post game, they was too busy worrying about trying to stop bets and just leaving their shooters open because they was killing us from the outside. And I can't use no excuses because me personally, if I would have been Dawn, I'd have been like, you know what, let bets get her, and we lock everybody else down and we try to do that. But we also was missing a lot of shots too. So there's really no excuses. I can't really just say it was a bad game. It just UCLA was the better team that day. That's all.
Who are some other teams that you're kind of thinking about in the tournament then, if that was the case? Like if you guys game plan so heavily for bets at UCLA, is it like the Iowa States with Audie Crooks? Is it the Kansas States, over there with their bigs? Who are some of the other programs that you're looking at? Like, they
Well,
got a good big. We don't want to overplay them.
as far as Iowa State, we done gave them the business already this year. So, Audie Crooks, she's an afterthought. We done gave her the business. But now Kansas State, Ioka Lee, that's my girl, man. That's my baby. I love Ioka Lee. But
Same.
I don't really see them having any kind of smoke for us if we play them right now. I think the only team that would really have, without us having like a bad game, that I feel that probably could beat us on an even, like just straight up, would be UCLA. I don't see USC. I don't see UConn. I don't see LSU. Because me personally, I just feel there's maybe four top teams that's probably have a chance to win it. Us, USC, maybe LSU, UCLA, and I will squeeze UConn in there. Five teams. Those are the five teams I think that will have a chance, that will walk out being the champions of NCAA women's basketball.
Let me pull this up. Oh, Shivers, he just echoed what you said. Iowa State, we kicked them by 40.
Yeah, we blew them out the water.
I want to pull up the AP right now. Shout out to the AP. Shout out Associated Press. Okay, UCLA is number one, as we just mentioned. Y'all number two, Notre Dame number three, USC number four, Texas number five. We saw how that just went. Excuse me. LSU number six, still undefeated. They're only number six because of their strength of schedule. They spent half of the year playing Southwestern Mississippi Baptist College.
The one team I do want to see us play that wasn't on our schedule is USC. That's who I really want to see us play.
Y'all probably gonna see him in the tournament.
Yeah, and I can't wait.
So okay, all right. So say somehow, some way, you guys have a tournament of, say, Tech in the second round, Oklahoma in the Sweet 16, Maryland in the Elite Eight, USC in the Final Four, and then UCLA in the national championship.
Boy, that's a gauntlet right there.
Yeah, that's a roll. That's a roll.
Yeah,
I might have definitely like given you guys like the toughest region in the history of college basketball.
But you
But
know what?
yeah,
I wouldn't be mad if we had that kind of lineup because I feel we got the talent to stand strong to at least get to the final of that gauntlet right there.
so okay, so we can skip over Georgia. Respect to Georgia Tech. I didn't get to watch them before I left. I really wanted to watch them, but then I got called in because some dude decided to drive his car on Bourbon Street. But let me see. I didn't see Georgia Tech yet. Oklahoma. All right, so you guys face Oklahoma. That's obviously been one of the top teams for the last 2 seasons now. How do you see you guys beating Oklahoma? I believe they have like 3-point shooting is kind of their thing. How do
Uh,
you guys?
barbecue chicken, man. Matter of fact, we play them. We play them next Sunday.
Okay, all right. Oh, I keep forgetting Oklahoma's
Yeah, they
also
in
in
the
the
SEC
SEC
now.
now.
They in the
Yeah,
SEC now.
like Texas. Yeah, like it throws me off all the time. I really hate the conference alignment now. Like I
Right.
went on this rant a little bit, I believe, on Thursday, where USC was playing a Wednesday night game in Maryland. Like these are kids. Like you got kids going flying from LA all the way to the Maryland in the middle of the week
Right.
to play a game. Oh, this is crazy. A regular season game is not even a holiday break game, a Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. You got them doing this on a school week. That's insane to me. But yeah, I hate the new conference alignment. Regardless, okay. So I'll definitely be tuned into that Oklahoma next week. Okay, so the next one I said, who did I say? Oh, Maryland. How do you guys see you guys beating Maryland?
Um, it, I just know it's going to be a win. I really can't. I really can't predict how we'll beat them, but I feel we'll beat them by double digits. Maybe not 20, 30, nothing like that. But I feel we'll beat them by a double-digit win.
I think you guys just have better talent than Maryland, to be honest. And,
It,
and,
it, it's
and
it's
salute
not
the
just
sellers. Salute the
it's not
sellers.
just the
Sellers is
talent because there's a lot of. I mean, yeah, we do have some talented players. I think it's more the experience that gives us the victory over a lot of teams because we done been down in a lot of critical games, and we found ways to dig ourselves out of that hole and come back and winning, and that counts a lot when it's especially around tournament time. So I think it's more of our experience more than I mean yeah, more of our experience than it is just skills because like I said, winning championships and coming in because a lot of those players came in while the freshies was on their way out the door, so they came in watching winning, and the freshies kind of instilled it in them. So we don't have too many transfers. We just have one transfer. So everything that's there is from the original blueprint. So I think it's more of our experience.
I think that LSU game last year on the road is like the closest thing this group has kind of had to that, though, of
No,
having
I,
to
I
come
will
back.
have to say that Tennessee game.
Tennessee game this year?
No, last year when damn, what's her name? Damn, her name just slipped my damn mind. Cardoso hit the 3-pointer at the
SEC
tournament.
semifinal.
Yeah.
I was about to say championship, but LSU was the championship where Flajay brother jumped the scores table. But yeah. That one was. But see, but that's Cardoso hitting the shot. She's no longer there. That's
Right.
why I said I feel like LSU is kind of because Breezy and who would you say Pow kind of led the charge of that comeback in LSU.
Yeah, I would say that.
That was probably
Well,
Breezy, in my opinion, Breezy's best game.
and also Cardoso, she kind of helped like in those last 2-3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
She kind of helped get us over the hump too.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Shiver said, I don't think UCLA can swim in deep waters. Like he said, the Final Four. So he doesn't, or he or she, they don't believe that they can get it done deep in the tournament. UCLA to me was a team that always can never get over the hump. They had the talent, but they can never get over the hump in the big game. I
Right.
think this year, early on, to beat you guys the way that they did in such a defiant way, it was like, okay, maybe this is a new day for UCLA basketball. maybe this is, kind of what we've been waiting for from Kiki and Betts to show up in moments like these. And that's what made me, and then the girl, Janiyah Barker as well. That's what made me think like, okay, I think this is the year that they live up to their talent.
I'm hoping we get to see them in the championship game, because it would be so much joy for me, especially if we come back and beat them for everything, for all the marbles. You know what I mean? So I think that would be one of the best games I would like to see as far as who we play at the end of the year. Because I want to see UCLA again, because I just can't sit right with that loss, because I know we play better than that.
And then you have lurking out of the top 10 right here, TCU, bro.
TCU.
We talk. Wait, hold on. Let me go to real quick. We talked a lot about experience on the stream today. I don't know too many programs that have more experience than TCU does.
True, a lot of experience, but that experience didn't show up when they played us this year.
All right. Notre Dame. Do you think Notre Dame gets to the Final Four?
If they stay healthy, because I was kind of sad that they point guard didn't play today. She was out today. So
and they still won.
Long as they stay healthy, I could see them. Maybe even in the finals. It matters. It all matters if everybody stay healthy. If there's some injuries, there's some teams that could get knocked out early, even us. So it's a toss up right now. But I really do like Notre Dame. I really do believe that they are a Final Four team.
It's difficult seeing a world where UConn doesn't make the Final Four kind of multiple years in the Paige Beckers era.
Right.
Do you think UConn misses the Final Four this year?
Whew, that's a tough one right there. Now I know they have some players coming back, Ducharme and a couple of more. They could be there. They could be there because they tough. They they had injuries last year and still made it there. So I wouldn't count them out. But I wouldn't mind. Like I said, I wouldn't mind either seeing them or UCLA or Notre Dame. Either of those three would be a nice matchup in the finals for us, I believe.
So your Final Four right now is UCLA, you guys, Notre Dame, and UConn?
It's a toss-up between UConn and UCLA. See, I want to drop out for UCLA because I don't want to diss UCLA because
I named UCLA. UCLA, South Carolina, Notre Dame, and UConn. That's what I named. That was your Final Four that you just said right now.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that those four teams being in the Final Four right there.
So you have USC and LSU not making the Final Four.
No, I think either Notre Dame. I could see somebody like Notre Dame. I mean, not Notre Dame. I could see somebody like UConn knocking out USC.
I have in the Final Four right now. I'm gonna go. That's tough. That's real tough. I might have to go. I'm gonna go controversial. I'm gonna go UConn.
Right.
I'm gonna go LSU.
Okay.
I'm gonna go USC.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go y'all.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, that's controversial right there. Oh yeah, that's controversial right there, man. You probably don't
Notre Dame, no UCLA in the Final Four.
Rashad, you probably don't ruffle some feathers with that. With
for sure. They're gonna give me if I clip this as a little short, they're gonna give me in the comments for sure. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really like LSU this year. I really like because I'm looking at it as the Angel Reese year, the 2023 year of like how they played nobody there, and then they celebrated with the cupcakes in the locker room. Last year, their main thing was they just didn't have anybody stop Caitlin. They put Flage on her too late. They had Haley on her too long. That was in the end of their season.
Pardon me. I want to apologize to the chat because I know my face is kind of dark because there's just so much shade back here where I'm at. But just bear with me, people. Bear with.
Oh no, you. I feel like as long as they can hear you, what I'm saying. That's a bit more important at the beginning of the gist of it and things of that sort. But yeah, man. I'm just really feeling 2023 vibes from this LSU team. I don't think they're gonna win it all,
right?
But I have them making the final. I think they
Yeah,
have what it takes to make the final four.
you do have a point there, Rashad. I mean, because they might kick up some dust. They might kick up some dust in the tournament this year. So I'm kind of on the fence right now, and I don't like being on the fence, but I'm kind of on the fence. Like, it's a toss up, man. I really don't know who's gonna be that final four because I'm so focused on my girls that I really don't care who's there, long as we make it there.
I don't know if Texas, if it's gonna take them one more year of Maddie. You know what I'm saying? But this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is probably like Rory's last year, right? Of eligibility.
Right.
So if this is Rory's last year, I don't know how they rebuild and kind of like replace her in the meantime of trying to keep. Hold on, give me a second here.
I don't. Do you? I mean, no disrespect to Texas. I really don't know if. Do you really think Harmon could like really be in the W? She's pretty small, man.
And the W, I think that's a whole nother conversation. Hold on, I had to switch to my laptop camera. I think the W is a whole nother conversation whether or not she's ready for the pros. But she's a heck of a college player, heck of a college point guard.
Yes,
and, so like I probably see her having. I hate to bring up names because it seems like I'm dissing and I'm not. Like if you make it to the pros, you are a good player. Let me put that prerequisite out there. That disclaimer.
Right.
A Destiny Henderson type of pro career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where you're struggling to stay in the league, and like you said, like because you are a bit on the smaller side, Crystal Dangerfield. And once again, like that salute to Crystal Dangerfield, rookie of the year, her first year in the league. Right. And that's a salute to Destiny Henderson, heck of a point guard as well. I've seen her score like 17, 18 points at a Sparks game once. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just what I see with Rory. But in terms of in college, she's a heck of a college point guard. And I think it's going to be tough for Texas to kind of just replace her. I know they did it without her last year just by shifting over Maddie to the one position, and they got very far with that. But still, that's still something difficult to replace to get you into the Final Four, take you that leap because USC is going over. Paige might be graduating, and AZ might be going to the league as well. Right. But you're still going to have USC there. Hannah Hidalgo is still going to be at Notre Dame, and UCLA might still have Lauren Betts next season, along with Kiki as well.
Right.
Shiver said, after the 23rd, you won't be feeling those vibes about LSU.
Hey, it's been over 10 years since they beat us, so until then, I'm still going to stay confident.
I like the way that you guys schedule things so you can see this early on in the season, and it's not just a crystal ball thing into the postseason.
Right.
Like we have a good idea of who matches up well with what, who looks like what against what, et cetera, et cetera. I like the way that you guys don't run from the competition and your scheduling.
I feel that's the best way to gauge where your team is at when you play the top elite teams like that, because that's all you're going to see once tournament time start. Maybe like after the first round, once you start hitting that second round and stuff like that, that's when you're going to start seeing those top teams that you're going to be in the war with. So I salute Dawn for scheduling the teams that she do, because she don't ever shy away. As a matter of fact, she was on social media trying to find some games for us. She was begging people.
I remember that. They scared of the game, Cost. They scared.
They scared of they scared of them. They scared of them chickens, man. I thought the chicken supposed to be scared.
Looking at other people receiving votes, Florida State, Tanaya over there, what she's doing.
Tanaya Latson is balling, man. I got to give her her flowers, man. She's balling.
She's a hooper. I feel like you at least have to mention her for what she's done and been doing. She's been doing this this is like a third season doing this down there at Florida State.
That's Raven's former high school teammate.
Oh, there it is. Westlake once again, ATL. Yeah. But yeah, salute. Harvard, what they got going with my dog, Harmony Turner. Oh my goodness,
she's pretty good too. She's pretty good too.
I guess wrapping up now and things of that sort, Terrell. I want to ask you about the entire I want to ask you about the entire Kiyomi McMillan situation. You
Right.
know, we were just talking about, we kind of started off the stream with praising Dawn for how she, you know, disciplines her kids and kind of I feel like there's only like two things I could even think of in the Don Staley, South Carolina era that was kind of messy. And that was probably something with Taya Cooper, if there was anything with Taya Cooper when she was over there.
Right.
And now this Ashlyn Watkins situation that kind of happened in the offseason and stuff like that.
Right.
Only time I ever heard any type of mess coming out of South Carolina.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
from you, you know, like, what did you think about the Kiyomi McMillan situation? And I guess, do you think it would benefit Kiyomi if she had a system like a South Carolina? I know the coach
Right.
up there, Rutgers, Salute, gave an entire spiel on how being a college coach and being a sports coach in general is much larger than the game, and just, you know, putting out the best players to put up the most points and put them in a position to succeed on the court, but to teach them life lessons beyond college and everything like that. Yeah, do you think maybe a Don could help shape Kiyomi if she went to South Carolina or something like that instead?
It all matters. It all matters the state of mind that Kiyomi Miller is in. You know, because me personally, I feel that the Rutgers coach did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just let your players step out and just say anything and do anything, then, especially your star player, then other people will feel they could follow suit and do the same thing. And you can't lose control of the team like that. So if she came to Dawn, I think she'll probably transfer from us, because I don't think she'll be able to take Dawn giving her that constructive criticism like that. Like, she's not going to let her be, you know, there's no I in team. So just because you're not starting, you're not going to get on social media and be tweeting out trying to make the coach look bad. So I think it would have. She probably would have been sitting more games if she would have did that to Dawn.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why Don sits freshmen?
Yeah, because if y'all remember that one game when this year when she had benched Fuwali had waved her off. You know what I'm saying? She had waved her. Like, you know, like, yeah, get out of here. Like, yeah, you benched me, you know, get out of here. So she had to have, I don't know what kind of talk they had, because I'm not behind the scenes like that, but obviously she said something to her to straighten her up, because I think her going any farther, I think Dawn don't care how talented you is, she'll ship you up out of there. She'll get you up out of there if you distracting the team and you're causing the team not to function the way that she sees them functioning. So I think Dawn is a non-tolerant player. But if Kiyomi McMillan is, because I really think she might hit that transfer portal this year. I don't think she's going to stay at Rutgers. But if she do decide to come to a team like South Carolina, she's going to have to be on her P's and Q's, man. She ain't going to be able to come over there with that attitude that she had at Rutgers.
Y'all definitely have an opening for a guard now.
Yeah.
Pow's out of eligibility. But if Full Valley does go hit the portal this year,
right,
y'all got something where y'all looking like we do need a guard. You know what I'm saying? Front court, y'all good. Y'all set.
I mean, you also look at it like this. It's NIL now. It's not too many guards who wouldn't want to come play for South Carolina if Dawn put that, you know, call them up and be like, look, you want to come play for South Carolina. So plus she's getting a lot of her players to the W. So if you want to play in the W and you want to, you know, be there in the big games, then I don't really see too many players turning down South Carolina. So I mean, you know, like I said, I do feel that Fuwali is a generational talent, but she don't gain the minutes to put up generational points. So right now, losing her little 10 points, maybe 15 points, maybe, it's not going to really hurt us that bad if we was to get somebody else to come in there after she leaves. Just my opinion.
I heard it. Now, that was something that if Fuwali saw. Oh, hold on. Shivers said something again. I missed it. My bad, Shivers. Kiyomi said South Carolina and Maryland did not offer her out of high school. She lived in both states. This is something that I mentioned in the last video where I was just talking about Kiyomi, of like rumblings, social media rumors when this entire thing happened. Right. She posted the thing on Instagram. People said coaches and programs had concerns about this exact same reason.
Maybe that's why Dawn didn't give her no kind of.
Look though, And that's what Shivers is saying right here. Shout out to Shivers and you for picking that up. I mentioned that in the video. One of the people who, I guess, he does like highlights and stuff like that for
Right.
high school kids around her area. He covered her. He
Right.
came in the comments and said, "This is blasphemy. Why are you saying these type of things? She did not like college offers because of her character issues and this and that." I said, "Okay, bro, you got it. First things first. Thank you for your service and all the highlights that you post on your channel and what you do for these young athletes in your area. It's a great service to the game for people like me to watch this stuff and for fans to see when kids commit to these programs to watch their high school highlights directly from you. Appreciate that." On the same token, say everything you said was true, right? She didn't have no character issues. There were no restricted recruiting that she saw coming out of high school. Say that's right.
Right.
She still went on Instagram, or whoever's running her page went on Instagram and publicly called out their coach by name and said, "Sorry to my fans that you won't get to see me play because my coach has benched me again." And then reposted other people saying that they should hit the transfer portal. That's a problem. That's a problem in the middle of the season.
Definitely is a problem.
Go ahead, Terrell. Oh, you cut up a little bit. Oh, we're gonna wait for Terrell to catch back up. But yeah, like Shiver said, there's a reason Don didn't answer, did not offer and stuff like that. It just is what it is, bro. There's obviously something there, with the rumored fight. Oh, okay, you're back, Terrell. You're back, Terrell.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I couldn't catch that because I had a real important phone call had came in. I had to decline it, so I couldn't really hear
Oh, it
everything you
was a
said.
phone call. It was a phone call. Yeah. Okay. So, I was pretty much just saying, regardless if there were actual character issues that college coaches were scared to offer Kiyomi coming out of high school,
Right.
we all saw what she just did on the Instagram. Whether or not she runs the account or not, whoever was running the account was moving like that in the middle of the season, some way that I think you should not be moving like that in the middle of a season. It's distracting to the team. And you guys
Right.
already had reported, stuff for the reason she was even benched. It was a rumor that Joker was fighting the teammates and Kennedy Carter all over again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I just kind of wanted to ask you about that, about reported or rumored character issues, and even if they were just rumors and they were false. Like, what do you kind of think about her right now? Like, do you think she could go to a program like a South Carolina? Don could get her right.
Like I said, it all. If she comes in there with, I'm here to humble myself and, and play team ball, and it's not all about me. I believe she could survive at a South Carolina. But like you said, even if she didn't have control of that account, her handler should at least tell her like, "Yo, look, that's not a good look. Take that down, erase it, do something. Don't let that stay up." You know what I mean? And I guess she was feeling herself because she was upset because she was benched for the USC game. She wanted to she probably wanted to go up against Juju, and it probably hurt it that she got benched. So she put that crazy quote out there. But I don't think that was a good look for her and her brand. So I think that's going to be in her folder if she do transfer. So I think all coaches is, you said the one guy said that, that's not in her character, but I mean, it showed when she put that on Twitter. Like you can't put stuff like that on X and don't think it's going to get out like that and make you look bad being a player, So this is not the W, this is college. So you can't be showing up your coach like that because that'll, like you said, that'll get you at the end of the bench or get you up out of the program, period.
Well, when you're a stranger, the only thing we do know is your Instagram.
Right.
We don't know you personally. The first time we heard of you was at the, a lot of people, the Jordan Brand Classic. A
Right.
lot of time, most of the country first heard of you was when you did the little NBA Street Volume 2 move in the middle of the Rutgers game a couple months ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this being our introduction to you, and you gain these followers and fans and things of that sort, and we see this on Instagram, that's our first impression of you as a person. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I feel like you always have to keep that in mind. That's why, and it's a thing. He said she's not 18 years old. bro, these days, the type of social media training and advice that you get growing up, especially if you're a hooper, athlete, or something like that, is OD. You got
Right.
everybody watch your social media. Your coach telling you watch your social media. The barber telling you watch your social media. The teacher telling you watch your social media. Everybody's telling you around you to watch your
Right.
social media because of digital footprint and
Right.
everything like that. And that was for me. I'm, you know what I'm saying, so and so years. I'm about 11 years older than her. So it's
See,
like if I
I
got
just
those features. Go ahead.
I just found out that Dawn used to take her players' phones at nighttime. They couldn't even be on social media at night. So maybe it comes down to the program and the coach. Sometimes you might have to take extreme measures. You might have to take their phone away from them just so you won't have any mishaps like that.
UConn players aren't allowed to tweet during the season. I don't think they are. And then at Alabama, flashback to football with Nick Saban.
Right.
Nick Saban never lets freshmen speak, and every freshman had to take a speech in media class.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a reason why coaches do like kind of the over the top, excessive kind of bear hugging things that they do for these athletes.
Right.
And I think NIL kind of blurs the line of that because it's like, dang, if I can't talk to the media, you hindering my bag. And that's why coaches, old school coaches, complain so much about NIL. But at the same time, man, it just is what it is. It's a reason why those rules were in place the way they were in place. And so I don't know if Don is the person to save Kiyomi. Like I said, like hearing the coach at Rutgers give that speech, that spiel about benching Kiyomi earlier, it sounded like she had the right coach in her corner.
Yeah.
She didn't have a yes man. And the yes man is a reason why, once again, going back to the NBA, you have a situation where you have with Zion because, he might not have had a no man, a person to tell him, like Coach K at Duke probably didn't tell him no, that much. And now you have a situation like now where, you 5 years in the league, 2 all-star appearances, but you could have been had 5 all-star appearances, and nobody's talking about Anthony Edwards or Ja Morant the way they're talking. It's hands down, LeBron is giving Zion the keys, and LeBron can retire knowing Zion going to run the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully this is just one mishap out of Kiyomi and it won't be anymore. So I'm just hoping that. But I'm not going to be able to talk too much longer because my job keep calling me.
I got you. Well, salute to you. And it's the same thing of Kiyomi with Kennedy Carter, of just like a player who has the talent, everything like that. She had a great situation with Witherspoon. Then Chicago fired her, and now it's like Kennedy is in kind of no man's land again. But I hope it works out for Kennedy as well. Someone said Mizzou. Anything, Terrell, before you have to get out of here? Anything you want to say about Mizzou?
No, not really.
Disrespectful. Shout out to Chief, man. Shout out to to Mizzou, everybody out there. Terrell, let the people know where they can keep up with you, or I remember one time you was making videos and stuff like that. What you doing now? If people can support anything like that, let people know what you got going.
I kind of fell back as far as in the videos, man. I just been so deep into working because I had a little situation as far as with my kids. Me and you will chop it up about that, but I couldn't really stay. I've been working 12-hour shifts, so I haven't really had the energy to be even doing videos, man. So I'd be too tired, man. But right now I don't have anything anybody could hit me up at right now. But if I do get back on the grind, I would definitely shoot that out to you. That way, next time I do a video, I'll be able to get that out to the fans.
Well, I appreciate it so much, Terrell. Thank you for stopping by like old times. And like you said, we'll talk. But yes, as always, I'm Rashad Milligan. This is the Road to 5K Subs. If you're new to the channel, till next time, please take care of your.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.